Hey everyone! I wasn't planning on making this video, but due to some comments that I've been receiving on my bullying video that I uploaded on my main channel, I figured I would make this video to kind of elaborate a little bit on some of the topics that I touched in that video and also tell a little bit more about my experiences. So first and foremost, to those of you who are supporting the video, thank you so much. It really took me a long time to make that video, and I worked really hard on it. I know it almost doesn't even seem like I worked that hard on it because it ended up being 3 minutes, and I feel like it doesn't look that well put together, but it took me like an hour to film and then 3 hours to edit, and it was just craziness, and I'm pretty pleased with how it came out though. So for those of you who are happy with it, thank you. I really appreciate it. I have been receiving some comments though from some people saying that they disagree with my video and that it is coming off more as offensive to some people. I had a message sent by, I will not give out their channel or name, they'll remain anonymous, but they stated to me that my video was slightly offensive to them and mocking because I guess they said that they go through real hardships in school, whereas they get pushed around, they get teased every day, like, and one of the things that they said to me was, it's not all about getting made fun of for liking Star Wars, it's different. And to that, I just want to say, in my video that I made, I tried to keep it as lighthearted as possible given the topic of bullying. I didn't want to turn it into a woe is me video where I was telling you about all of the things that I've gone through, because I didn't even start to touch the tip of what I've gone through in regards to bullying. I tried to keep the video a little lighthearted. I wanted it to be a good message, and the message being, have self-respect, and no matter what people say to you, it won't affect you because you love yourself and you're proud of who you are. I wasn't saying if someone is pushing or shoving you to ignore them. That obviously is something you can't ignore. I meant more so that even if people are making fun of you every single day, the best possible thing you can do about it is just kind of do the in one ear, out the other ear thing and realize that no matter what they say, it's not true. Who cares? As long as you know your worth, I mean, at least that's what helped me. I just it took a long time, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It took years for me to feel comfortable with my own skin and be happy with who I am. And that took so long, but I can tell you what, I'm glad that it took as long as it did, because nothing that anyone says to me will change how I feel about myself, because I know my self-worth and I am proud of who I am, and I wish that I had known what I know now in high school, because it would have made things so much easier. But I do want to make a comment though really fast. Whereas the majority of me getting made fun of was not about my love for Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and Star Wars and all that, that did contribute to it. And I wanted to just really fast let you guys know that whereas now, in this day and age, it's quite popular to be a nerd, back when I was in high school, which was early 2000s, it wasn't popular at all. Like, to like Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and Star Wars and Star Trek and anything remotely nerdy, people did not like it. It was looked down upon a lot, and they definitely would pull from those genres to make fun of you if they found out that you liked it. So I get where some people could say, oh, well, it's not the same, but just because it's not the same way that you're getting made fun of and mocked doesn't mean that it hurts any less, because back then it was very, very demeaning, and the kids were cruel. They were just as cruel as they are today back then, whether it be because you like Sailor Moon and Harry Potter and Pokemon, or whether it be because you just go to school with them and they don't like you and they just want to make fun of you. People are cruel no matter what. So back then when I was in, I make it sound like I'm so old, but back when I was in high school, that was not a popular thing. It was not popular to be a nerd, where it is now. So I can see where you might think, oh, it's not the same, but it actually kind of is. But I did want to elaborate slightly on what I said, because I don't want people to take my message as any way, shape, or form saying that this is a victim blaming kind of thing, saying that it's your fault if you have no self-worth. That is not what I'm saying whatsoever. People are ruthless, and they should not be allowed to bully others. Case in point, everyone knows that. Bullying shouldn't be around. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. But at the same time, bullying is something that will always happen, and it's not going to go away. No matter how many groups pop up for anti-bullying, it's not going to go away. And this is one of those things that you just kind of have to look at it like, I wish it wasn't around. It's not going anywhere, so how can I handle it? How can I cope with this? How can I live with this? Well, it's not about necessarily coping. I should like watch how I word things, because I don't want people to get upset at me. It's more so just knowing that what they say doesn't matter, and knowing how awesome you are. Because knowing what I know now in high school, I feel like I would have just blown past these people and not even cared. And one of the things that I said in my video was when I had the situation where I spoke to someone who used to make fun of me, and he told me they continue to make fun of me because I let them. It wasn't necessarily because I said, you have permission to make fun of me. It was more so the fact that they saw how it affected me. They saw me crying. They saw me crying to other people, crying to teachers, crying by myself. Like, they fed off of it. That's what they wanted. If I would have just looked at them when they said these things and been like, get over yourself, you're full of it, screw you, whatever, and walked away, they wouldn't have got what they were trying to get from me. They wouldn't have fed off of my sadness and like seeing me suffer. And that's what bullies do. They want to see other people suffer because they themselves are suffering. Every past study of bullies has shown that bullies are the way they are because of something that's going on in their life. Maybe not every time, maybe not 100% of the time, but more often than not, bullies are conveying how they feel on other people, how they're treated on other people, whether it be at home or something like that. If I would have just looked at them and been like, you're stupid, and walked away, I bet you they would not have made fun of me as much as they did. But unfortunately, I didn't do those things. I just got sad and I ran away, or I sat there and took it, and that's why all those things happened to me. I know I didn't like elaborate on things that have happened to me because, to be quite honest with you, I'm not necessarily sure if I'm ready to share those things with the world. It's not that I'm over them. I just don't think that it's like very personal, and I'm not sure if that's something that I want to express to everyone. And obviously that's my right as a human being, and I would expect that you guys would respect that. But yeah, like, it's just, it's so hard because I see people going through things that I've gone through, and I just want to sit them down and explain to them, like, things will be different, things will get better. And to those of you who say things don't get better, I mean, life's gonna suck. Said that in the first minute of the video. Life sucks. It does. And it's just a matter of your outlook and how you live your life and how you see yourself and how you see others and how you let things affect you. That is what determines what kind of human being you are. And I wish that I could help some of the people that I see going through things, because it literally drives me bonkers seeing people struggle and be sad. And that's why I think I get so upset when I hear about people committing suicide from bullying, because I feel like those bullies should be tried and put in jail for a very long time, because that is psychological mind warfare, or I don't even know what to call it, but it's just so demeaning, and I hate it. So when I hear about people committing suicide from bullying, it just drives me up the wall, because like things like that, it's just like other people don't realize the effect they have on human beings. Like, we are programmed to have all of these really insane feelings, and just people take advantage of them, and it drives me insane. But yeah, that's all I was conveying. One specific story I just wanted to share with you guys. It's not as bad, but I had a lot of things happen to me throughout middle school and high school. Moving to Florida definitely was difficult for me because I was very much an outcast. Everyone had already kind of had their predetermined groups of friends that they had created, and like most of middle school and high school I was kind of like a floater. Like I never really had a set group of friends. I would float from group to group trying to find friends, not really ever having a set group. And it was hard. It was hard because I felt like I never really had a place to call home, like at school. And one of the things, an example I can give you that, looking back now, it's kind of funny because I just don't know why I put up with it, but my first boyfriend ever well, not my first boyfriend ever, my first kiss was in 10th grade. And the guy I was dating was one of the popular kids, like he was like the funny popular guy. And I just remember we were dating and he would tell me I was not allowed to sit with him at lunch because if people saw us together, they would make fun of him too. So I would have to eat lunch by myself and he would eat lunch with all the popular kids. And if I ever walked by him, like he would pretend he didn't know me. I remember one time I walked up to him at lunch to just ask him, hey, did you want to hang out after school? And like all of his friends turned and like just gave me this really intense stare down, like, who is this girl? And I mean, they knew I was dating him, and they would give him a hard time about it, but he was just trying to avoid, I guess, the rest of it. So, yeah, like, I was not allowed to be seen with him at school, ever. And it was just, it's the things I put up with. I just don't understand. There was an instance after high school that I'll share with you guys. I went to a party, but like 2 years after I graduated. I don't really want to talk about what happened to me in high school because a lot of it was really horrible and I was really depressed and I just was not in a good place with myself. But after high school, I got invited to a party, and a lot of people that had made fun of me were there. And one of the guys who just can't get over the fact that I don't care anymore decided that it would be fun to surround me with a bunch of people and just try to like throw blows at me. Not like physical blows. I mean like throw like, you know, verbal blows at me. And so I just started walking away because I was like, this kid's retarded. Like, I'm not going to deal with this. And I started walking away, and he started following me to my car. And I turned around, and I punched him. And it felt so good because this kid had made fun of me, like, all of high school. And, well, not all of high school, because he was actually in a grade lower than me, which is weird. But he made fun of me so much, and it just felt so good. And I don't condone hitting your bullies. I really don't. But it felt really great. And then he actually spit on me. Like, as soon as I hit him, he spit on me. And I had two guy friends with me, and they saw him spit on me, and they jumped him. And him and a couple of his friends kind of got their butts kicked. And it was, like, the best feeling ever. Even though, like I said, I don't condone any of that. But it was awesome. So, that happened. So many different things happened, you guys. And I've gone through a lot. I definitely was not a popular kid at all. I have what I like to refer to as ugly duckling syndrome. I was not the best looking kid in high school. I had short hair, like scene hair that I spiked up in the back, so I literally had the shortest hair ever, and I just was made fun of all the time, and I was not what I would call pretty at all. And then after high school, I kind of like blossomed, I guess. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm like super duper gorgeous or anything like that, but I think that I'm okay looking. Like, I have, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably a 7, maybe. At least in my eyes, which is, I don't care what you think. I'm a 7. Or maybe an 8 on good days. But yeah, so after high school, suddenly a lot of people who had made fun of me were like interested in me, and it was weird. Like, I had multiple guys, contact me and say, hey, I'm really sorry for how I treated you. By the way, would you like to go out sometime? And I was just like, no, I wouldn't, actually. Not at all. But thanks. So that was cool. But I ended up being friends with some of the people who made fun of me in high school because, you know, they got to know me and saw that I'm actually a pretty cool chick. So that worked out in my favor, I guess. But, yeah, so bullies, y'all suck. Just get a life, right? Anyway, I'm sorry that this video was really long. I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my video I made on my main channel a little bit more in depth. I just felt like I didn't explain it enough, and I just wanted to give you guys more of like a real setting where you're seeing me talk to you about this and it's not just me drawing stuff. So, Again, if you guys ever want to talk, I mean, I'm here. I do work a day job, and I have a job that I work on weekends, and I do run my Etsy shop, which, by the way, I just uploaded a whole bunch of paintings and some t-shirts, vintage t-shirts that I'm selling for you guys to purchase if you would like to. So you can go check that out. But I have a lot going on, but I always try to make time if you guys send me any questions, like want advice or just need some answers or need someone to vent to. I read your stuff, whereas I might not respond super long, or if I might respond to you like, hey, I'm a little busy, but I will get back to you. I always read your stuff, and if you guys ever need to talk, I mean, I'm definitely here. I'm the first person to understand if you're going through something. I've been through it all. I've been through it all and back. So I'm always here for you guys if you need it. And again, thanks for just supporting me overall. YouTube has been a big reason for why I've kind of come into my own and just had pretty decent self-worth. And that's a lot of it is contributed to people like you who comment on my videos and tell me how awesome I am. And you guys convince me of it. So thank you! Because I wouldn't be here today if not for people like you. I would not be making videos because your guys' support means so much to me. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Video responses, please feel free to make them. Put them down below. And I will see you guys in a few days with a new video on my gaming channel. It's a Let's Play. And I will see you guys in about a week for a main video on my main channel. Yep. Peace out, Trouts.